What a story to start with on March 1st, 2023. Before we get started, guys, make sure you smash that like, that thumbs up, and of course, make sure that you subscribe if you're new to the channel. Turn on your notifications. That way, you'll be updated with news, sports streams, content, and more just like this. Okay, so new development, update, story. For those who have been familiar with the Ja Morant situation, we're going to dig right into it. Wait a second. I do apologize. For the channel members or anyone else who has been here for a while who is looking for an update in regards to channel member Luta, I did speak with her today. She's feeling much better. She's recovering. And I'm glad to share that update and that news. Shout out to you guys for making the donations that you did. It was a little under $50, somewhere around there. I just went on ahead and I actually matched it and I sent her $100 today. So she says, thank you to all these guys. I think hopefully she will end up being on. And so, yeah, I just want to give a big shout out to Luta for her and her recovery. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the story. Ja Morant. Story dropped today. This is actually from Bleacher Report. Story was dropped at around, doesn't give the exact time, but it dropped today. Currently goes on to say Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant has been accused of punching and flashing a gun at a 17-year-old and threatening a mall security guard. In police records obtained by Molly Hensley Clancy of the Washington Post, Morant was accused of punching the teen 12 to 13 times during a pickup basketball game at the 23-year-old's house last summer. According to the interviews conducted by Shelby County Sheriff's Office detectives obtained by Hensley Clancy, the teenager said Morant went into his house after hitting him and re-emerged with a gun visible to the waistband of his pants and his hand on the weapon. Keep in mind, guys, this is all allegedly. I have to make sure I say that. This is all allegedly. Then goes on to say a few days after the alleged assault, the head of security at a Memphis mall told police he was thrown by Morant in the parking lot and a member of Morant's group shoved him in the head. Morant told police in an interview he swung first in the alleged fight with the teenager, but he was acting in self-defense because the teenager threw a basketball at his head and stepped towards him. You guys, granted, there's a lot that a teenager can do. There's a lot of damage that a teenager can do. I think as adults, we basically have to make sure that we know how to de escalate situations, especially if we're an adult who's a superstar athlete, right? Maybe the people that we have around us can de escalate these kind of situations as well. We'll continue on though. Says Morant told police in an interview he swung first in the alleged fight with the teenager, but he was acting in self-defense because the teenager threw a basketball at his head and stepped towards him. In a statement to Hensley Clancy, Shelby County District Attorney's office, prosecutors declined to press charges against Morant after deciding there was not enough evidence to proceed with the case. TMZ Sports previously reported on January 3rd the teenager filed a lawsuit against Morant in September. Court documents showed the 17-year-old said he accidentally hit Morant in the face with the ball, leading to Morant asking a bystander, should I do it to him, before using a closed fist to knock him to the ground. So let's back up here. It says court documents showed the 17-year-old said he accidentally hit Morant in the face with the ball, leading to Morant asking a bystander, should I do it to him, before using a closed fist to knock him to the ground. So why would you have to ask somebody if you should hit a teenager? Doesn't that just seem a little weird? At least to me. I mean, if you're in a situation to where you feel threatened or that you have to use self-defense, why would you ask somebody? Keeping it going. Morant said per the court documents, the teenager made verbal threats stating he'd light his house up, and he and his family were put in fear by the statement. According to the police report, the boy said Morant and his friend hit him hard enough to knock him to the ground, resulting in a large knot on the side of his head. Deputies also wrote in the report that they observed the boy's injuries, per Hensley Clancy. The Athletics and Sam Amick reported last month the NBA investigated allegations made by the Indiana Pacers that acquaintances of Morant aggressively confronted members of the Pacers traveling party following a January 29th game at FedEx Forum. So it looks like we're getting a history of behavior, right? History of behavior. Why is this an issue? Why is this an issue? Well, Morant's worth a lot of money. He's a superstar athlete. And I feel like there has to be, once again, as I stated before, we do these videos, we talk about accountability, people being able to control themselves and basically handle the situations around them, knowing what to say, what to do to either de-escalate the situation or figure out how to make it into a positive outcome. Keep it going. Morant tweeted after the report came out that one of his friends was banned from attending Grizzlies home games for 1 year. He wasn't suspended for the alleged incident following the NBA investigation. A two-time All-Star, Morant, his fourth season with the Grizzlies. The team is in second place in Western Conference with a 37-20 record. And that is it for that story. So, it goes back to what I said before. Every month, every few weeks, every couple weeks, there seems to be some kind of issue with a major athlete in the news. Shout out to Weaver. Says Shannon Sharp called Ja out. You make all that money and grow up in the suburbs. You ain't hood. You know what? I'll pull that up. Actually, I'll pull that up for you guys. What Shannon Sharp said. Can we get it in here? Let me share this. Let me go back here.
You pretend like you hard, not Ja. You got a $200 million contract, and you want people in the NBA to think you hood, to think you gangster. Are you wrong with these type of people, bro? You putting yourself in harm's way when you don't have to. Nobody looks at you, Ja, and think, man, that's a thug. He hood. He down. He about that. You not. Stop pretending. You're not going to.
So, I mean, there you go. Right? Play basketball, man. Play basketball. Stop trying to paint this image. Stop trying to have this persona. You know, you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Stop going down this path that you're hood. You don't have anything to prove. You don't have anything to prove. Get out there, play basketball, have fun, do some work for your community, try to make the world a better place. Painting this image and this narrative that you're this tough guy and that you're going to do this and you're going to do that. Like Shannon said, it's only going to get you in trouble. It's most definitely going to help you lose money and sponsors. And it's just going to shine a negative light in your life. You don't want that, man. And I feel like it's very important for T, which is Ja Morant's dad, to preach that to his son. Because I'm sure there's got to be somebody who's a little bit more, I want to say, mature in their party and who understands that. right? Let's get the agents on the phone, have a conversation. Hey, knock it off. Surround yourself with people that aren't going to put you in these kind of situations, or learn how to deal with them accordingly. Nate, I did. Yes, I did. I disclosed that at the beginning of the video. Shout out to Timo. Says when you have 200 million, why would you want to be thought of as a thug? That's my point, right? And here's the thing. I don't think anybody on the court is questioning whether or not he's soft or he's hood, right? I don't think anybody on the court's worried about that. I think people in the court are worried about beating him at basketball or playing against him in a competitive sport. But if he has some kind of life that he's trying to fulfill outside of basketball, well, then that's another side of things. That's another part of the equation that maybe he needs to figure out. Shout out to 357. Says gotta harness them emotions, but we are all human. That's true. I'm not going to discredit a man for. Yes, I am. I am going to do it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it tonight. I'm not going to sugarcoat it tonight. You have to be able to handle your emotions as a man. I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna try and pander to that just a little bit. You cannot, as a man, sit there and let your emotions just go. Especially a man who's worth that much money. You have to be able to control your emotions in all environments. Now, you want to get excited and you want to feel some kind of way when you're in the court because you're just that passionate about the game, fine. But when you're out in this real world, you need to work on those emotions because there's other people out here who don't have the same kind of money you have and can't show those kind of emotions. So I'm not going to excuse that. I can't do it tonight. We got to like I said, we have to start holding people accountable. As a man that's worth that much money, it's a teenager that these allegations were brought up for. This is basically a kid. I consider a teenager to be a kid. I'm sorry, I do. I don't care if you're a teenager. I don't care if you're 18. To me, you're a kid. So I'm going to treat you like a kid. I'm going to respond in a mature in a positive manner and try to figure out the situation to de-escalate it if I'm ever in a situation to where I'm dealing with a teenager. Shout out to Timo. People would kill to have opportunities Ja was given, and now he's acting like a straight fool. That's what I'm saying. Timo, you get it, man. Riz King Stay says Ja is innocent. Okay. Benji Smith, John Morant is a babyface kid. Gary Payton was good. Gary Payton's like, why you had to bring me into this? All I'm saying is this, right? We just streamed this game. We just streamed the game. We just streamed the Lakers and Grizzly game, and it was a great game. And I was giving his props. He had a triple double. It was a great night. And then what happens today? They dropped the news March 1st. Here we go. Like I said, there has to be a level of handling yourself out in this world. I seen a video earlier that really disgusted me. I'm sure you guys probably heard about it, but it was and I hate to do this, but let's just do it. There was a shooting in St. Louis. This guy literally just I guess not I don't know if he walked up to him or what happened exactly, but there was a video where a man was standing, he was loading up a gun, he was taking forever to do it. I guess he had shot the gun off before, it jammed. He took his time, cleared it out, reloaded it, and then shot the guy and killed him. What is going on in society? We're not going to have the gun debate and all that kind of stuff. But we really have to start questioning where is the issue that lies with people's mental health? Where is the issue that puts us in an aspect to where we think that violence is always the answer? These are the things we got to start talking about, people, especially when your kids are looking up to this specific role model and they're watching their every move, especially because everything's recorded on social media, right? Your kid who's a fan of LeBron James or Ja Morant or Jason Tatum, right? And they're watching what these guys do. They're looking up to them. So what happens? They think that it's okay to go get a gun and show it to somebody and threaten them, right? I don't know. Things to talk about, things to get into. Um, Obviously, I want to see John Morant be great at what he does. I want to see him ball. I want to see him have a successful career. I'd like to see the Grizzlies potentially make it to the finals. That would be nice. But with these kind of things happening, I'm sure that it's going to cloud people's judgment. I'm sure that it's going to be in the locker room, make people talk, and that's going to deter people's game. That doesn't help, it hinders. So, shout out to you, David. DeMar was a Compton Crip. You know, which DeMar are you talking about? Shout out to you, K. Much love. Shout out to all you guys. John Stockton didn't take no ISH. Oh man. All right. College tomorrow, guys. College basketball. We'll be doing some college tomorrow. We'll get some things going. I think there is a few games all day. So I'm gonna drop a poll probably in the morning, early in the morning. Let you guys choose by about noon. And we'll figure that out. David says, but DeMar Rosen doesn't flash no signs at games and stuff like that. Come on. I mean, so would you say like DeMar DeRozan has put himself in a situation right now to have issues in the NBA or jeopardize his career? Will we say that? Shout out to 357 says DeMar was inactive. He was protected though. I mean, we got to look at it like this. You have to understand there are people who obviously had a certain life or who did certain things before and even after and during. But the point is, everything is so heavily scrutinized now, right? We have a society that has become numb to a lot of things. My biggest thing is this: I get and understand that teenagers can be very violent, and some teenagers can basically are difficult to deal with. But we have to do better as far as how we handle situations, especially when we're someone at a superstar level. That's what I'm saying. David says Thursday TNT is rig night. Oh man. Kathy, hello Jay. Have you heard anything from Lusa? Yes, Kathy, I have. I spoke to Lusa earlier. She gave me a call. She is recovering well. She said she was going to be on the stream tonight, but I'm assuming she may be resting. So that may be why she's not on right now. But I did speak with her, and she is doing okay. Conrad says JM is going to find himself in prison if he keeps walking down that road. That's the point. That's the point. Riz King Tay says he grew up in the hood. Are we going to use that as an excuse, Riz King? I mean, come on now. I grew up in the hood, bro. I can't use that as an excuse. I grew up on the east side of Buffalo. No different from any other hood out there. Crack, gun violence, robberies, all that kind of stuff. So we don't, we can't say, "Oh, I'm a product of my environment because I grew up in the hood." No, you have to make it's all about choices and decisions. You don't have to be that person. That's the beauty of life. You can make a decision, you can change, you can be different. You don't have to follow the path of destruction. Shout out to you guys though. 357 says, I must say I'm a little excited about Durant playing for Phoenix. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I think it was a good change. Durant needed to get out of Brooklyn. I think it was a toxic work culture. I think there was too much going on there as far as Kyrie being a diva, no team chemistry. So I think Durant will do better. Where it says, my aunt said back on her day she was trying to run and get away from the hood. She said nowadays kids are running to the hood. That's because they've glorified the hood as being the trendy thing. Everyone wants to be cool. Being a part of that culture is cool. When in all reality, all it does is leads to death and destruction. What is the hood? What is that life all about? I mean, if you know what it is and you know what comes with that, you know it's not cool. It's nothing to be proud of. That's why you see a lot of those people who go down that path. It doesn't last. It doesn't last for them. So you have a choice to make. You can either live there and potentially get out of there if you learn from it, or you can live there your whole life and just make it through. Or you can go down the other path, which is in jail or in a grave. That's what it is in the hood. But for people to glorify it and act like that's the life that they want to live, nobody wants to live that life. We have to be real about certain things. TV, music, all that kind of stuff glorifies it, but people have to understand the reality behind fantasy and what's real, and that's the bottom line. Shout out to Bob, says I'm the coolest MF around. Yes, you are, Bob. Shout out to you, man. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it with this. Luta is doing okay. I spoke to her earlier. You guys had donated just a little under $50. I matched it, so I sent her $100. She needed some medical equipment, and she's going to use that money towards it as she recovers from her medical situation. So, Lutza, we wish you well. Want to thank you for being back, and looking forward to seeing you back on the streams coming soon. College basketball tomorrow, guys. We'll be back at it heavy, but I just wanted to give you guys that update and, of course, this story about John Morant. With that said, obviously, if you make it this far and you're not on the stream, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think as far as why John Morant is going down this path and what's needed to obviously make a change. Jag Legenda says, I think they are being racist on JJ because they don't want a black man to be huge in the NBA. What? Really, Jag? Does that make sense? I'm confused by that one, man. I really am. You got me there. You gotta help me out. You gotta like finish on that one because that was a huge comment there. Like we gotta talk about this one now. I was about to close out this stream, but Jag Legenda just came in with a bomb, and we got to go ahead and have this conversation now. Looks like they've been going after him for a few months, man. Okay, how about this? How about he put himself in a situation to where they could use things against him, right? You guys see the meme that F around and find out chart, right? If you keep putting yourselves in situations that people can use against you, what are they going to do? They're going to keep using them against you, especially when you're a superstar athlete. Your name is very important. Your name is going to be reported on by the minute. So anything that you do that's in the realm of any kind of crime or close to it is going to be heavily scrutinized and talked about. So it's not about them trying to get you or get anybody. You don't you the thing about it is don't put yourself in situations that is going to be detrimental to your reputation. Sounds pretty simple to me. Shout out to you, Ronald. Much love, man. Much love to Ronald. If you're just hopping in, um, I sent Luta $100 for the donations. You guys sent like a little under 50. I matched it, and I sent her over $100. I talked to her today. She's recovering after her medical episode, so she's doing okay right now. With that said, guys, college will be tomorrow. Make sure you smash that like, that thumbs up, and of course, subscribe if you have not already. Turn on your notifications, and we'll end it there. Last comment. Mr. Motivation says it is weird that wealth and fame won't stop people from being dumb, so it proves money doesn't solve anything if the person is foul minded. Mr. Motivation, I like that. And you are absolutely correct. Money does not solve everything. It's what's in your heart, it's what's in your mind, and it's what's in your will. Do you want to be great? Do you want to change the world? Do you want to help others? Do you want to be the light that leads the path? That is the question. With that said, everybody, have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out.